Hey guys, it's Inkeater, and welcome to BAM! Vinyl and Music News, where we talk about vinyl, music, and sometimes music news. So tonight I kind of wanted to talk about genres, and how weird genres can be, and just how insanely weird they can be, especially when you have no context or clue towards whatever genre it is that you're listening to. Or at least that's what happened to me. Hear me out. So Spotify is doing their yearly, end of the year wrap up, and it's that 2017 wrapped.com, and it's essentially you plug in your Spotify ID, it's able to tell you how many hours you've streamed. It also tells you who your top artists were this past year, and I wasn't surprised. I was actually pleasantly surprised. Other than the song that I really listened to hardcore this year, I was kind of surprised that it was the Until the Ribbon Breaks album. If you're curious about that, I will leave it linked down below. It's a really beautiful album if you're into electronic type, I want to say almost electronic story type art. I guess that's a good way of describing it. I listen to a lot of different music, and some of it's off one end and then off the other end. I kind of don't discriminate, other than I'm not a fan of classical, and that might be because of so many years of band. I think we've talked about this before, but I thought it was so fascinating that I was like, oh, so that's the album that I've been paying attention to a lot. No surprise, though, my favorite artist this year happens to be Flay. Flay is a female rapper who has finally seen the successes and the fruits of her labor and touring the world practically, and she's doing really freaking awesome work. She got 2 Grammy nominations. Finger crossed that she gets it. I'm really rooting for her. If you're curious about her, I'll leave a link down below to her music. And then, finally, besides going into artists, your favorite songs, it also goes into genres, which is kind of funny because I listen to this music a lot and I have no context in terms of genres. I don't discriminate, and that could be the reason why I don't know the names of these genres. Granted, seeing them named out, I'm like, well, what song is under that genre? I have to list these out to you guys. I actually wrote them down because I was afraid I was going to forget them. So we have Indie-tronica, which I totally get. I can gather which songs were Indie-tronica. If you want to go there, that's probably Until the Ribbon Breaks. And then Escape Room. I'm like, there's a genre called Escape Room. What songs do I listen to on Spotify that are Escape Room? This is something I'm gonna really need to dig into because I'm genuinely curious. There's a genre called Escape Room. Really? This is kind of interesting and funny and bizarre. It's all of a sudden discovering an alternate universe, I guess, in a way. And then we have Indie Poptism, which I'm like, oh, isn't that clever and cute? I've never heard of any of these genres. Have you guys? I can't be the only one, right? And then we have abstract hip-hop, which I'm kind of like, I already know who the abstract hip-hop is. But it's kind of interesting because I never knew the exact genres that the music that I listen to fall under, because I'm just kind of like a music adventurer, I guess, where I like listening to anything, and if you recommend me something, I would definitely check it out. Anyway, but it kind of got me thinking, what are some really weird genres that you've heard of? Let me know down in the comments below, and we can sit here and we can talk about them and laugh about them and just kind of sit there and wonder, where did they come out with these? Who sat there and said, I want my genre to be known as Escape Room? It'd be interesting to hear, at least be a fly on that wall in that conversation. Anyway, I did get the chance to check out the DMX Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Funny enough, I had actually heard him on the radio a couple years prior. I think it was back in 2012 with that song. Turns out it's the same freaking song. He just recorded it, I guess, and he's playing it on Spotify. Or it's just the holiday season and they're highlighting it because of that. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below, what is a genre that you've recently discovered or you heard of and you were just like, this is a thing? Let me know down in the comments below, and definitely let me know what you're currently listening to, because I would really love to know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys are doing awesome, and if you're curious about the Spotify Wrapped 2017 thing, I will leave a link to that down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Bye!
Whatever it is that you believe you're seeing, it's not real.
Seeing things before they happen. Things in this place. So you can't take anything for granted.